Court is now calling City of Conneaut versus Jenna Peters, case number 24 TRD 53. Court will also take up an older case, 22 TRD 354. Good morning.
Good morning.
Before we go on to the new case, Ms. Peters, you are aware of the other older case that's pending, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
With my community service.
Yeah. Right. So just so we can understand the history of this case, 22 TRD 354. You were convicted of charges of driving under FRA suspension and no rear illumination back on October 25th, 2022. On the FRA suspension charge, I ordered you to complete 25 hours of community work service by March 31st of 2023. So I gave you 5 months to complete 25 hours of community work service. Also imposed fine and costs and so forth. Set a hearing for April 13th, 2023, a sentence compliance hearing for you to have all fines and costs paid, as well as 25 hours of community work service. You failed to appear for that hearing. You also failed to provide this court community work service hours. I issued a bench warrant for your arrest as a result of that. I set another sentence compliance hearing for May 18th, 2023, at which time you appeared. I lifted the bench warrant. And again, I gave you until the date of the next hearing, May 18th, 2023, to complete the 25 hours of community work service. Gave you another form to fill out. You appeared on May 18th for that sentence compliance hearing and did not have the community work service hours completed. I again gave you another break and gave you another deadline until June 22nd, 2023 to perform community works. 25 hours. That's not even a work week! 25 hours of community work service. There's a ton of agencies and organizations in this community that need help. And 25 hours is all I gave you. So I gave you another break, gave you another deadline. And I set another hearing for June 22nd, 2023 at 2:30 p.m. You failed to provide community work service to the court that day. I gave you another extension until July 13th. Set a hearing. Oh, no, I ordered that a review hearing, yes, is scheduled for July 13, 2023 at 2 p.m. Failure by the defendant to appear and provide proof of community work service shall result in a bench warrant. You failed to appear. Failed to provide proof of work service, failed to appear altogether. I issued a bench warrant. I should have you arrested right now. So help me understand, before we move on to this new case, where it's alleged that you were driving under suspension, help me understand why you have failed, even to today, February 6, 2024, to provide this court with proof of community work service.
So, sorry, sir. I lost my community service papers, and then
We gave them to you 3 times. We gave new papers to you 3 times. Each and every extension I gave you, we gave you another set of documentation. And you know what? The court doesn't move. It's still here. You can come up to the window and get more paperwork, so don't give me that as an excuse. What else? Why were you not here on July 13th? And why even to today's date?
You really want? I had a mental break. And I tried hurting myself. I had depression. It's really bad. And I had to go and see a doctor. I have a son. I can't hurt myself. And then that night, when I wanted to do it, my grandpa passed away. He was around me. And I just wanted to.
Ms. Peters, I'm going to stop you. I have a mental health court.
What do you mean by that?
This court is incredibly sympathetic to people who have mental health and substance abuse issues. I have a special program for people who have those and battling those issues. So yes, while I'm sympathetic to you, to the issues you've been going through, why don't you communicate with that? You don't think that I would be sympathetic to your situation? You don't think that?
No, I mean, I do. I mean, I didn't.
I gave you 3, maybe 4 extensions. You don't think I'd be sympathetic to the fact that you're having issues? Why didn't you come to me? Instead I have to issue a warrant for your arrest.
Because I was embarrassed.
Well, you shouldn't be embarrassed. Not with me.
I didn't want to use that. Sitting here right now in court crying, this is not me. It's not. But I went through a lot.
Are you getting help?
I am.
Okay.
I ended up going to see the doctor and being prescribed a medication and all that. And I'm doing a lot better.
Good.
So I had to work on my health, my depression, get that. I need to work on me.
Okay. Absolutely.
You know. But for the community service, I did get it done. They didn't give you the paper. I got it in my.
I don't have any paperwork.
Oh, yeah. Can you grab the paper? I turn it in. I asked them for. Oh yeah, grab it. That's
You
it.
gave it to the clerk, and she gave it back to you?
She gave me copies. Yes.
What year was this? In June?
Last year, I got it done when you wanted me to get it done. And
Why are you turning this in today?
I turned it in yesterday.
Well, but what?
Because I lost it in between my books.
Look, Jenna, I would not have yelled at you if I had that documentation. I may be yelling at my clerk staff
I
for
deserve
telling
it
me.
though, I really do, because you're right, you gave me so much chances.
Okay. Based on that paperwork, I do find you completed community work service, most of which was at New Leaf.
Yeah. And
And
then
I will
one was
indicate
that
you've
day.
satisfied that condition. Okay, we're going to move on to the new case. Okay, did you receive a copy of the officer citation on January 26, 2024?
Yes.
Okay. Did you understand all of the rights I've explained to everyone, as well as the plea options? Okay, do you have any questions regarding those rights or plea options? Okay, you're charged with one count of driving under FRA suspension. That is an unclassified misdemeanor. Violation of section 335.072 of the County and City Ordinances. If you're convicted of this offense, you face a maximum 500 hours of community work service and a maximum fine of $1,000. Also, you're charged with one count of expired plates. That is a minor misdemeanor. If convicted, you face a maximum fine of $150. Do you understand those consequences? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. The officer checked the box on the ticket that said you failed to provide proof of insurance on the vehicle you were driving that day. If you are convicted of either or both of these offenses and did not have proof of insurance on the vehicle you were driving, you face a non-compliance suspension on your driver's license. Do you understand that potential penalty? You'll have to speak. Everything's...
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm just, yes.
Okay, we'll start with the first charge of driving under FRA suspension, an unclassified misdemeanor. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Charge of expired plates, minor misdemeanor. How do you plead?
Guilty.
You understand by pleading guilty to these charges that you are waiving your right to a trial, which includes all of those trial rights I explained to you earlier, everyone earlier. Do you want me to re-explain them to you? You'll have to speak. Everything is,
I'm
this room is
sorry.
being
My
recorded.
mind is
That's
still-
all right.
Yes. I mean,
Would you like me to re-explain the trial rights to you?
please.
You would? Okay. You do have a right to a trial to the court. At trial, you have a right to confront witnesses and to cross-examine witnesses and to confront any evidence presented against you. You also have a right to subpoena witnesses to testify on your behalf. You have a right to be proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt and a right not to testify. So those are trial rights you have. By pleading guilty to these charges, you would be waiving your right to a trial. Is that what you wish to do? Okay. You'd also be waiving your right to an attorney by pleading guilty to these charges. Is that what you wish to do?
Yes.
Are you being influenced in any way? Are you under the influence by any of the medications you're taking?
No.
Are you thinking clearly? Do you understand everything that's happening?
Yes.
And you wish to plead guilty?
I do, sir.
Okay. Court finds the defendant's pleas of guilty to both charges to be knowing, voluntary, and intelligent. Court will accept the guilty pleas, and I will therefore find her guilty of these offenses. So why are you not valid?
I was waiting for you to let me know when I could get my license. I didn't know if I could with everything that was been going on with the case and everything. I was like wondering the same thing, why I couldn't get my license. And it's been like 2 years, so every time I went to court, I didn't know if I was able to.
Have you ever called the B&V to find out what you need to become valid?
I know I got like a couple fees that are like $25, which they said the court has to, because I had the warrant. The one time that I paid it, came to court, and they gave me a $25 fee. So and then they said something on there that the court has to, or I can't remember what it said. So I really thought that you would have to let me know that I was allowed to get my license, or I would have already had it if I'd known this.
Okay, Jenna, that's not how it works, okay? You're responsible for your driving status. The court isn't going to pick up the phone and call Jenna Peters. Well, we got hundreds of cases that we are involved in. We're not going to pick up the phone and call Jenna Peters and say, oh, Jenna, this is what you need to do, or this is what you're responsible for doing that. You owe the court, or you owe the BMV $380 in reinstatement fees. You didn't know that. That's because you didn't contact the BMV. You have some other things that you need to clear up, so it's your responsibility to call the BMV and find that out. And the fact that you are telling me you need to contact me. I mean, you had an OVI in this court back in 2022. I suspended you, as I'm required to do on an OVI conviction. But there's some other things going on with your license, not beyond the OVI. So anyways, it doesn't appear that you're going to become valid anytime soon. That was the basis for my question, because I was going to consider deferring sentencing to allow you time to become a valid licensed driver. But you don't even know what you need to do. Did you have insurance on the vehicle you were driving that day?
No, I did not. When I tried to get the SR22, what was it? After I got my DUI, they told me I cannot get one until I had a license, a valid license. So I tried really hard to get one.
So you were driving an uninsured vehicle that day? You do know you're required to drive vehicles that are insured, right? That's the law.
Yes, sir.
You're not going to like what I'm going to do to you. On the driving under FRA suspension, I'm ordering 50 hours of community service this time. You can go back to New Leaf. They need help. And I'm going to order it to be done by June 30th. 2024. I'm imposing a $150 fine and costs. I'm not going to suspend your license, even though I have even though it's optional, I could do that. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to order you to produce proof of insurance on the date of the offense, but to the clerk's window today. If you're not able to do that, which sounds like you're not able to do that, you're going to face a non-compliance suspension. I understand your mental health situations, but you shouldn't be driving. You should not have been driving on the date of this offense without a license. And there's consequences with that.
I understand.
I'm ordering all, and on the expired plates charge, I'm going to order a $25 fine and cost. So I'm ordering all fines and costs to be paid no later than June 30th of 2024. And I will set a sentence compliance hearing in July. Okay. If you do your community work service, and you got them done on the paperwork, get them to the clerks as soon as possible. Okay, don't wait until the hearing date. Get them to us as soon as possible. You can go to the clerk's window